across America. It's the weekend. This weekend, your host is Joe Pags from KPRC in Houston and WOAI in San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, glad to have you here on the weekend. Welcome to the program, 1-800-501-7080. Glad to join you from windy and cool Texas today. My pleasure to have you here. We're going to circle back around to the TSA screenings, the enhanced screenings, the lack of a better word, the groping, the uncomfortable touching, the seeing people naked on a screen. We're going to circle back around to that. You know why? Because it's the busiest travel week of the year. We'll do that here coming up. And at the end of the day, we've got rights in this country. They are rights and they are protections against the government trampling upon our freedoms and our liberties. For some reason, we think that it's okay for the government to do that, and I'm here to tell you it's not. And we could circle back around to that as the program continues today. I want to get to another part of our society which just makes me crazy, and it's the fact that we have changed our sort of work ethic, our productivity, our want to impress the boss or make better money for our families or ourselves. Drive, desire, ambition, those things seem to have gone out the window. I'm not sure why. I mean, I'm no more talented than anybody else out there, but I'm one of the very few people who gets to talk on the radio. It's not because I'm great or have any unbelievable ability. It's because I had a drive and desire and ambition to really want to do it from the time I was about 10 years old. Anybody can do what I do if you put in the work. If you make zero money for a long time and then eventually, you catch a break and you get a better job and then you can afford your car payment. I mean, it's kind of the way it works. And it's all about drive, desire, and ambition. It always has been in this country. Anybody can achieve anything in this country if they have drive, desire, and ambition. One thing I've never thought about doing is grabbing some Z's at work. I've never thought about taking a nap at work. Have you ever done that? Man. I know I have to come here and I have to make money so I can buy, food and pay for gasoline. But I'm just really tired. They go grab a little shut-eye. I mean, there are actually companies now that are promoting this. I mean, this goes to, well, if you let the employees take a nap at work, they're more productive. I can make me in the back, I can make a good argument that while they're sleeping, they're actually less productive. It could be me, but when you're sleeping, unless you're dreaming of the budget for next year, unless you're dreaming up a plan on how the company can save some money, unless you're dreaming on, that Word document that you had to write, you're not getting anything done. Not productive at all. It might be good for you to catch some shut-eye, so when you get home tonight, you can, watch some TV or something. But when you're at work, I always thought the idea was to work. I mean, what happened in this country that we decided that going to work and actually working, here's the thing. Do you know what we call your job? Work? Anybody? Because when you get there, you work. If it were meant for nap time, the job would be called sleep. Or the job would be called nap or nappy time. It would not be called work. It's called work because when you're there, that's what's expected of you. The idea of right in the middle of your workday, I'm sorry. I napped off for a second there. What was it? Jason, what was I saying?
I can't remember. I fell asleep.
I know. I'd say most of the audience has fallen asleep for over an hour now. The bottom line is when you go to work. If the job is so exhausting or so boring or so non-stimulating, get your butt up, go see the boss, thank him or her for the opportunity, and don't let the door hit you. You know what I mean? Get out of Dodge. I mean, come on. What has happened to our work ethic in this country? What on God's green earth has happened to wake up in the morning, wash your face, throw on your shirt, grab a quick glass of orange juice or maybe an egg, get your butt in the car and go to work? And then you put in a good... My grandfather, my father, and all down the line of Pagliarulos. Oh, yeah, that's the full name. That's why we say Joe Pags. The whole line has always said, a good day's work gets you a good day's pay. Period. No free lunch. You don't get something for nothing. I mean, all of those cliches worked. They weren't even cliches. They were values to live by. In today's society, I mean, we're raising people, and we're telling them you can't that you're a great soccer player, although they never scored a goal, but we're not keeping score of the goal, so both teams are just as good. Or Little League Baseball, everybody gets to bat even if they stink. Nobody's counting outs, nobody's counting strikes, and everybody gets to score. And at the end of the season, guess what everybody gets? The same trophy. We're teaching people as they're growing up at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. It's okay if you don't win. It's okay if you don't excel. It's okay if you're not exceptional. Now we're to the point where we're taking naps at work? Really? No, we're not. Are we really? I have been a manager in my life. I was a television news anchor and actually a television news director at a station for 5 years. If somebody were sleeping while they were working for me, that's somebody who doesn't want to work there anymore. They would be fired. Can you imagine as I were on TV giving you the news, just took a nap? I'm a little tired. Sorry. Let me take a little nappy. Something has happened to change the game in this country to where work ethic doesn't matter anymore. I mean, what happens if, and there was a story recently in San Antonio where this happened, actually, where a cop was caught by somebody's cell phone sleeping in his patrol car. He's supposed to be patrolling the neighborhood, making sure that it's safe from evildoers and criminals, and he's taking a nap. Anything could have happened on his watch. At some point, let's get pride back in who we are. And by the way, I'm not making this up. This is on Yahoo Health. This is being touted as something good. Here's the story. Falling asleep on the job may be evolving into office protocol, not grounds for termination. A growing number of companies are recognizing the health benefits of a quick snooze, including increased alertness, enhanced brain power, and fewer sick days. What? The last time I checked, I'm least alert when I'm sleeping. Jason, you got anything on that?
Well, I think as an employee, I welcome this. Now I don't have to work so hard.
Of course you welcome it, because you're the employee. Of course
right?
you do.
Yeah, I get paid to take a nap. I can do that. I'm going to be the best.
Let me just ask you directly, though. When you're napping or sleeping, would you generally find yourself to be more or less alert?
Less.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just saying. So if you're taking that nap on the job, even if you're more alert once you wake up, while you were sleeping, you were not alert.
That's very true.
But there are companies who actually think this works. I think the companies who think this works are the same people who are the coaches of the team who didn't keep score in Little League and didn't if you kicked the ball and you were close to the net in soccer, that will give you a point. Well, so what? So what? Bobby's got 15 strikes. He'll hit the ball eventually. No, that's not the way it works. Drive, desire, ambition. They used to mean something. They still mean something to me. They still mean something to people who you can look at as a success. I'll bet the boss probably didn't nap his or her way to that job, but once they got to the title, they're like, hey, I think it'd be cool if my employees took a nap. A couple of things here. 1-800-501-7080. If you were the boss, how would you react to somebody snoozing on the job? That's the first question. Number 2, would you be the boss that promoted sleeping on the job? If so, I would love to have that discussion with you. And number 3, if you're the employee and you fall asleep on the job, and it's not one of those jobs that wants you to sleep on the job because that makes you more alert somehow, if you're caught sleeping on the job, what excuses could be used for what you were really doing? Because you can't admit that you were sleeping, right? 1-800-501-7080. 1-800-501-7080. When we come back, your phone calls on this. Plus, I'll have the top 10 list of what you say if you're caught napping on the job. It's the weekend with Joe Pags.